Well rising to you all. A wise one once said, "Go to the ant, you lazy bones. Consider its ways and be wise." Without having any chief or officer or ruler, it prepares its food in the summer and gathers its sustenance in harvest. How long will you lie there, O lazy bones? When will you rise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. Continue this, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and it will want from you like an armed warrior. This wise one speaks a very, very old truth that simply says, think ahead. We live in a world that comes so fast at us that sometimes we can get so easily distracted that we forget that we have the power to plan our own future. Now, I know many of us are not accustomed to that concept. Many of us don't realize that we have the power to take our own destiny in our own hands and make the lives that we want. But the truth of the matter is, we can. And we do have this power. It is our divine right as spiritual beings manifested in a physical plane to be spiritual beings, meaning that everything is a malleable situation. Everything can bend and move according to our will and our ability to make that be. And so for our own lives, we have the rotation of life. And this saying here talks about the rotation in the summer and in the winter, the high time of life and the low time of life. It is using nature as a symbol for how the cycle of life works for us all. It doesn't matter how wealthy, how connected, how great we feel about our lives, no matter how much we have manifested, no matter how much self-actualization we have achieved, we will have a life cycle that will be in a deep, dark place. We'll have sunny days and we'll have rain. We'll have a lot of money and we'll have not so much money. We'll have a lot of friends and not so many friends. We'll have all of these things that could possibly be taken away from us for no other reason than it's simply time. And so, when that time comes, we can actually be prepared if we stay focused when we're in our abundant place. The summer is an abundant time for the majority of the world. When the sun is beaming through the highest part of the sky and all of the great rays of life are coming down, the plants are active. The animals are active. The fish are active. And yes, the people are active too. We can come out of our homes longer than we are used to. We can stay out in the streets and manifest our changes longer than we are used to. But we can also run out in the streets and have a lot of fun and a lot of play, more than we used to. And it is this same play that we must avoid. We must not play with our lives when we have the energy, the vitality, the sunlight, and the time to make it better than what it was before. We have to make the choice to always be forward thinking, to always be ready for the pitfall that is guaranteed to come. Now, I do not want to speak into, our own lives, unnecessary hardships, unnecessary pitfalls. But the honest answer to life is that there always needs to be a plan B. But the only time where you can get plan B in place is when you are actually on plan A. And for most people I know, plan A is usually the best plan, the best intention, the best desire and will that you want for your life. Well, you have to carry that into other areas of preparation. You have to be ready for the best situation, even when the best situation can't come. You have to be ready for the best situation when the only option is the worst one. You have to be ready to live out the best that you can possibly be at all times. So when you're in that summer, save some money. When you're in that summer, buff up your resume. When you're in that summer, write that book. When you're in that summer, lose that weight. When you were in that summer, spend most of your time getting ready for the next season. Because in the next season, it will be cold, no matter what. And so if you were ready in your summer, you will have actually sewn yourself a sweater. And think about it. Why would you have a sweater in the summer? People may look at you weird. People may ask you, what are you doing? You may be asking yourself, why do I have this? I don't need it. But in time, you will. So think about that right now with those intentions and with those goals that you have in the season that we are currently in. No matter what season you're in, if the moment has arrived for a new idea, you need to see it through in that moment. That idea is planted. That is the spring of the life of the idea. When the plan has started to take over your mind, you have now reached the summer. And when the plan is finally waning, you can look back and see that I was either prepared for my winter or if I missed my opportunity to succeed. Let's not miss our opportunities. Let us go and succeed. Be ready for your winter. Be ready right now. Here is our affirmation. Through the long night watches, thou hast been with me. In the dark places of human ignorance, thy hand has guided me. Thy light has guided the pathway of desolation to a land of plenty. I have received thee from afar, and my soul has yearned for thee, O mighty one. The spirit within me has urged me to the goal, and I have not been misled. I have been guided and guarded through the long journey, and thy presence has been known unto me. I awake from the dream and re-enter into the house of the divine, clothed with peace and robed with colors of light. This is your reminder to self. Blessings.